it was floating around after the season that Stefon Diggs could possibly leave the Buffalo Bills. And I said on the show, and you agreed with me, I was like, what other young and up and coming team needs a receiver, but also has a quarterback that Stefon Diggs would respect and who could potentially be better than Josh Allen? I was like, the Bengals can't do it. He could seek a trade with any other team besides the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's out of the picture. Then I was like, it has to be the Houston Texans if Stefon Diggs gets traded. And I said this on the show. You can go back and watch it. Leave the link in the description. But you can attest that we both said that he should go the Texans. And now everyone is saying that they're officially the best team in Texas when we said that months ago.
Yeah.
We called it first again.
We said, yes, we did call it months ago. And not only that, think about it this way. You mentioned everything about Josh Allen and the pivot from Josh Allen to CJ Stroud. We've seen all these quarterbacks have that addition of a very good wide receiver and what it does to them as a player. The Texans were already better because they got Danielle Hunter. They were already better because they did literally anything in free agency compared to the Cowboys. And they won a playoff game, which is something the Cowboys also didn't do. Not to pile onto the Cowboys, but the Texans, we said this team's already really good. All they need is like an elite receiver. And then the stars aligned. And next thing you know, for a measly second-round pick, and they also got 2 picks along with Stefon Diggs.
Yeah.
And then here we are now.
Yeah, because we're in the airport, like flying back home into the snow, into the cold, into the bitter and dark abyss that is the Northeast. And then you're like, oh, that's nice. The Bills also get a 5th round and a 6th round pick. Fantastic, right? It's like, no, the Texans got those picks from the Buffalo Bills for a 2nd round pick. And what the Houston Texans did was restructure Stefon Diggs' contract so that he's a free agent next year, could potentially have the right to walk. And then they're giving him $26 million guaranteed, but they're giving him the incentive to be the best receiver he can be this year. Not only that, you have Tank Dell there already. You have 3 first-round picks at wide receiver. You already had your star receiver come on this year. Basically, all you need on offense now is to draft a running back, bolster up your offensive line. Your head coach is much better than Mike McCarthy. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. Your offensive coordinator is better. Your culture is better at this point, and your quarterback is better than the Dallas Cowboys. And then also when it comes to the pass rush now, it was Micah Parsons for the Cowboys. And now we're looking at it where you have Danielle Hunter and you already have the rookie of the year on the other side in Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah, it's insane. If you go tit for tat, each team, quarterback, CJ Stroud, running back core, take the Texans, wide receiver core, maybe the Cowboys, they have CeeDee Lamb. Well, now they have Stefon Diggs. So
Stefon Diggs is, I would say CeeDee Lamb at this point in his career is better, but then you get to the 2. Whose 2 would you say is better at this point? Because Michael Gallup is gone now. They're going to cut him. Brandon Cooks, he wasn't a
I'd still take Nico Collins.
Yeah, Nico Collins was a 6'4", absolute monster. Just watch that Colts game, watch the game versus the Cleveland Browns, and then tell me with a straight face that the Dallas Cowboys have the best receiving core. And then also, who is the Cowboys running back next year exactly? We don't know yet, but the Texans might get a better running back in the draft this year because they may use their first pick in the draft on a running back. So then if they get the best running back in the draft, it's like, okay, now we're looking at what position exactly are the Dallas Cowboys better at than the Houston Texans, because your offensive line is falling apart. Your defense is falling apart a little bit with some Trayvon Diggs sending some shots recently. And with Will Anderson Jr. having the potential to be either equal to or better than Micah Parsons, and then you throw in Danielle Hunter. Who is that other dude for the Cowboys?
Defensive Player of the Year candidate, by the way.
Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
15 sacks this year,
Yeah.
Danielle Hunter. Vikings legend Danielle Hunter. That guy, he's coming to that team on a team-friendly deal, mind you. So this Texans team, front to back,